my goodness. Like, hi everybody. Caffeine Fox here, and it feels good to be making another video. So I actually just recently got back from my trip over to Colorado for like a day, and this is right after IFC. I have been like constantly on the move. I managed to find time to cram in and get this video done, so I'm super freaking excited. Yeah. So IFC was a blast. Like, I always have a good time when I go to IFC, and this year was no exception. It was a nice, needed break during my entire year of just absolute chaos. It's good to just see furries again. I see furries at meets all the time over here, but to go to an actual convention again where I'm not volunteering as staff for it and just enjoying the con for what it is, it was just alleviating to my soul. So today's video, I wanted to go into fursuiting at anime conventions. So there's a bit of crossover when it comes to the furry fandom and the anime fandom. Now they are completely and absolutely separate entities, right? Like they are their own things. Like this is Furry Island right here, and this is Anime Island right here. But occasionally, they can kind of overlap. I actually know of some furries who actually live pretty close, who used to be primarily in the anime fandom, and then crossed over into the furry fandom. So it is entirely possible. I've seen this happen on more than one occasion. There is just a lot of overlap. Now, the furry fandom is kind of its own thing, because you come up with your own character, you have your own lore behind it. Anime, on the other hand, is based off of something that already exists. So there are shows out there that people gravitate towards and base their cosplays and everything they collect off of like those shows. So it's different to be able to collect somebody's persona that they created, and over on the anime side, somebody has already created this for you. But in terms of fursuiting at anime conventions, when I found out that there was going to be an anime convention happening nearby, I was really interested. I had never been to an anime con before. It seemed like something I needed to cross off of my con bucket list. Granted, I've been to a lot more of them since then, but it was just something new, and I had already been a furry at the time. So going to another convention didn't really seem like it would have been that out of the ordinary, but this time I was going to be bringing my fursuit with me. I get ready to go to this anime convention, and the thought creeps into my head. I've seen a lot of hate for furries on the internet. It's just everywhere. You can look underneath a rock, underneath a log, underneath somebody's basement, and there's probably a troll out there that's just trying to get a reaction from somebody. So I figured maybe there's a bit of a connection between that and anime conventions, because I had never fursuited at anything other than a furry convention before, where it's kind of expected that you're gonna be walking around in a fursuit. Like, it's not something that's just out of the ordinary. But anime conventions, there are cosplays everywhere, but not really that many furries. At least that's what I was thinking in my head. So I had a bit of trepidation before I went to this convention that maybe I'll encounter some trolls. Maybe people will just bar me from even going into the front of the convention, period. But I was entirely surprised when I went to the convention and pretty much nothing really happened out of the ordinary. I would occasionally get some strange glances, and I can definitely see inside of my fursuit head. My vision might not be the greatest, like most things are just colored blobs, but I can still kind of pick up whatever people are throwing out there in terms of like vibes. So I would occasionally see people give me a weird side glance, but more often than not, I would have people come up to me and say,
"Oh, you're so freaking cute."
Or,
"Oh, that's adorable."
Or on occasion, "Oh hey, it's the furry." So people know about the furry fandom at anime conventions. It's not really a surprise, but I was expecting a lot more, I don't know, animosity towards being an animal, but there really wasn't any there, which was a huge relief. I kind of just walked around in a suit and got a chance to see all the exhibits and booths and everything. It was actually a huge weight off of my shoulders. I did not know that you could go to an anime convention in a fursuit. It really isn't that strange. So if any of you are thinking about fursuiting at an anime convention, it is entirely possible to do so. And those of you who already do it, keep on doing what you do. For those of you who are on the fence though about incorporating your furry lifestyle with other interests out there, it is doable. It is 100% doable. I mean, you still kind of have to be a little bit on your guard because you might get an occasional comment directed at you because you are a furry. This is not a very common occurrence, so I wouldn't really keep it at the forefront of your mind when you're going to these cons, but it is something to kind of keep in mind as you explore and have a great time at those conventions. So yeah, IFC was a blast. Anime cons, you can 110% do them in a fursuit. Yeah, it just feels good to be making another video again. And I will see all of you on next week's video. Yeah. Bye.
I'd like to give a huge shout out to the following Gold Egg patrons: STL Motovlogs, Chase Husky, Sparkle, Ashira Pony, Sylvie Cat, Moodle, DH, Apollo Bunny, Dynamo, Emerith Cantonine, and Cinderkitten. And a huge thank you to all my other patrons too. If any of you want to consider becoming a patron, check me out at the link above. Becoming a patron will grant you access to a patron-only chat where I post behind-the-scenes goodness, a private Discord role for chatting during live streams, personal letters mailed out, and more. Your support helps keep my channel running, and I greatly appreciate everything y'all do. Thank you again.